look, a little girl and her dog. How cute. The dog looks so happy, wagging his tail. Wait. Why is there blood everywhere? Oh my god, she's wearing her dog's fur as a coat. Just a normal happy family doing normal family things, right? Like eating homemade dinner together. Hello YouTube! Today we're diving into a horror animation / comic series called Mr. Pinky, created by the lovely Alec Parody. As always, the creator will be linked below. Make sure to go check them out. This video wouldn't be possible without them. So far, there's one season with 18 parts. However, if you can't get enough, there are 2 bonus parts out on his Patreon. Wink, wink, wink. My model can't wink, so just go with it, guys. I have a feeling if you like the summer that Hickory died, you might like this one as well. Let's hop in. The story opens with a little girl getting ready to take her family pet out for a walk. Her father warns her not to be out for too long because the dog is at risk to overheat due to his thick coat of fur. She comes home covered in blood and draped in the dog's fur. She mutters, "Don't worry, Dad. He'll never be too hot again." Get it? Because he doesn't have any fur anymore. Anyways, part 2 opens up with the father growing increasingly concerned. Ever since that night, she's been drawing and muttering weird and disturbing things. She has an imaginary friend, whom she called Mr. Pinky. "He followed me home that night, Daddy. He's been living in the walls. He says he wants to hurt you." After part 1, personally, if I was the dad, I would have definitely called the authorities or something. I doubt the parenting books had anything for, hey, what do I do if my daughter's a psychopath and killed and skinned our family pet? But at least consult a mental health professional or something. But what did he do? He just locked all the doors and hopes for the best, all while the daughter mutters, "He's already inside. He's already inside. He's already inside." In part 3, some time has passed and he begins to notice something is off with his wife. She hardly eats and she can't stop scratching herself. The mother says that their daughter never hurt the dog and that Mr. Pinky isn't real. One night, the father overhears his wife again scratching at herself in the dark, clawing at her arms, her neck. She screams, "It itches, it's too tight." Later on, he finds it. The skin of his wife folded up like laundry and still warm to the touch. The thing that they had been living with was not his wife. I'm not gonna lie, guys, this one's going to require a bit of suspension of disbelief. We're gonna throw logic outside the window, because what do you mean there's a creature wearing your wife's skin and you're not gonna call the police? He just continues his life and is pretending not to know what's up. And in fact, in part 4, he's enjoying a lovely homemade meal. He spoons out what looks to be a thumb in his soup. Where did you get the ingredients? The store, silly. Don't worry, it's not like I stole anything. Everything was half off. If you look back into the soup, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fingers. The comment section is flooded with 5-finger discount comments. In part 5, Mr. Pinky tried to kiss him. He was disgusted and began to push and fight back. Mr. Pinky mumbled that he wished to be closer to him. His wife's body, or rather skin suit, continued the natural decomposing process as time dragged on. Chunks of skin were peeling away and ooze was everywhere. The father was gagging by the smell. Mr. Pinky's beady pink eyes stared at the father longingly. Just beyond the doorway, the daughter was watching them. Periodically, Mr. Pinky would offer a glass to the father, filled with red liquid, Mr. Pinky's special juice. Okay, cut the cameras. Has anyone seen Midsummer? Do you guys know where I'm going with this? Basically, a group of people get invited to attend a midsummer festival at a Swedish commune. It ends up being a cult and a lot of people get killed. Anyways, there's a ritual that sort of acts as a love spell that the Harga commune practices. Part of that ritual is putting menstrual blood in your desired person's drink. In this movie, they also show tapestries of this to help the audience put 2 and 2 together. This is also something that isn't completely made up. This is loosely based on old European folk magic traditions. So, is Mr. Pinky using the father's dead wife's menstrual blood as a love spell? Who knows? That is my theory with a ton of plot holes. However, with that said, I do think blood has to do with Mr. Pinky's special juice. The father said he refused to drink the juice, and to no surprise, Mr. Pinky was not happy to hear that. While Mr. Pinky was furious, the father began to scheme. He couldn't live like this anymore, but then he remembered the old shed is filled with gas cans and paint thinners. All he would need is a spark. The next part flashes forward to the point where Mr. Pinky is up in flames, and you can see the gas canister laying conspicuously on the ground. I'm not sure if this was intentional or if this is just how he animated the fire, but at this specific frame, it looks like there are devil horns, and I think that is a cute touch. As the blaze consumes him, Mr. Pinky continues to laugh and taunt the father, all while having a nefarious smile. He croaks, "What's the matter, dear? You always love my smile." The father collapsed to the floor, overwhelmed with relief. He declares that hopefully, after all of this, his wife's soul can finally rest. In that moment, he swears he felt her warm embrace one last time. She whispered, "I love you." Keep her safe, and just like that, she was gone. After his wife's tragic passing, he took his daughter far away and moved to the suburbs, because nothing happens in the suburbs, right? All sunshine and rainbows. No, but seriously, what does their old house slightly resemble the one from Monster House, the movie? I also wondered what happened immediately following the death of his wife. Did he report it to the police? Are they running from the law? But it's okay, they're in the suburbs now, and the daughter made friends with a neighbor's boy. The father makes it a point to keep an eye on the daughter. He doesn't want to make the same mistake twice. Oh look, the family got a new dog. Now personally, I wouldn't trust a daughter alone with that puppo, considering what happened last time. Oh! It flashes to a bloody screen where the collar is snapped clean through, almost as if someone used wire cutters. The father regrets growing careless. He thought his family was safe. He thought he put an end to Mr. Pinky. He was wrong. Their footprints all stopped at the same place. The boy was completely dismembered, but no sign of the head and no trace of where the dog or his daughter went. Thankfully, the father managed to find them. As the father tried to console the small girl, she yells out, "Mr. Pinky came back. He said he missed me. I wouldn't let him trick me again. So he hurt my friend." All this was happening, the neighbor's dog was peering at them. His eyes were filled with obsession, and he carried a menacing smile. His muzzle was covered in blood. In fact, his whole body was covered in it. History is unfortunately repeating itself. While pondering on what to do next, the neighbor's dog is loudly chowing down on something. What the hell did he bring in from outside? Fun fact, the audio used for this part was created by Aqualid, and apparently it is his dog eating food. So enjoy the dog ASMR, guys. In the next part, the father goes out and speaks to the neighbors and tells them about Mr. Pinky and what unfortunately happened with their son. But something looks off about them. They're wearing the same chilling smile. They laughed and said, "Don't be silly. Little Billy isn't gone. He's listening. Why don't you watch the dog for us for a bit? He really likes you." I'm just saying, unless he is playing crime scene cleaner, I'm pretty sure someone would have noticed all the blood or the limbs in the trees, unless Mr. Pinky has the whole town in a trance-like state. But anyways, the father is back in their house and is contemplating on what's going on, when all of a sudden Mr. Pinky starts standing on his two hind legs. Flies are swarming the dog's decomposing body, and he presses his paws against him and says, "Nobody will ever believe you. You both belong to me forever." Based on the way Alec Parody drew Mr. Pinky, I'm starting to think he might be a Skinwalker, or at the very least heavily inspired by one. Skinwalkers come from Navajo folklore. The true lore behind Skinwalkers remains largely unknown to people who are outside the Navajo community, so please take everything I'm about to say with a grain of salt. So traditionally, most Skinwalkers were medicine men who chose to take shortcuts. Mastering the arts of shapeshifting could take many years, and they weren't willing to wait. The quicker path required a horrific sacrifice, a loved one. There are many other aspects of this dark ritual that the Navajo keep closely guarded. To transform into a specific animal, a Skinwalker must first kill and skin the creature, mark it, and then perform a ceremony. Some legends say that they can turn into humans and manipulate people. So after hearing all that, what do you guys think? There is a lot of videos online where people will point to a dog acting strange and state that is a Skinwalker. Ooh.
Your dog might be a Skinwalker.
And clearly it is not. I'm not sure that was intentional, but it's kind of like Alec parodies poking fun at those people. But the things we know so far, this is a doomed Yowie. Mr. Pinky wears the skin of its victims. There are 2 bodies needed for the ritual. Sacrifices and death is needed. He also has the ability to manipulate people. During Mr. Pinky's stay, he was found to be obsessed with the daughter's toys. You could frequently find him licking them with his abnormally long tongue. Eventually, the father was finally able to find someone who believes him. He spent hours scouring the internet until he came across a priest. Everyone seems to be impacted by Mr. Pinky's curse besides him. When the priest arrived, he froze, whispering that a powerful presence was among them. Demons this strong need a host. They can't go far. He urged the father to take them to his daughter. Before anything else can be said, Mr. Pinky emerges from the hallway and yells, "Where the hell do you think you're going? And with another man? You better not be cheating on me, John." Oh hey. Name drop! Now we know the father's name is John. As John and the pastor walked up the stairs to his daughter's room, Mr. Pinky lingered just out of reach, his presence pressing against their backs. When the door shut behind them, Mr. Pinky whispered, "Please don't hide from me, John. I really don't want to get aggressive." The pastor urged John to ignore the voice. They couldn't afford to waste any more time. He needed to see if the girl was marked with the demon seal. Mid-sentence, Mr. Pinky broke through the door. His 4 grotesque tongues coiled tightly around him. "Forgive me, Father. I'm about to sin." Not gonna lie, Mr. Pinky kind of cooked with that line. Then all you could hear was the snapping of bones. First was his back, and then each one of his limbs. The pastor let out a blood-curdling scream. His body collapsed. Mr. Pinky's tongues knit the 2 bodies together. Bone was grinding on bone until an abomination was born. Surprisingly, John and his daughter managed to slip by and lock themselves in a bathroom. On the other side of the door, Mr. Pinky lingered, clawing relentlessly against the edge of the wood. He begged and pleaded, "I'm sorry I had to see that, John. Can't you see I'm doing this for us? So we can be together forever?" Meanwhile, John examined his daughter, and there it was, the mark the exorcist had warned him about. A cold realization struck him. That was why Mr. Pinky never let go. While he kept coming back, he was attached to his daughter. He declared that Mr. Pinky had to have a weakness. As it pans over to an air freshener and a lighter, he swore he's gonna stop him no matter the cost. I'm just saying, guys, fire really didn't work the first time. It is like maybe a band-aid at best, but let's see how this plays out. The next part opens to Mr. Pinky's charred body lying on his driveway. Mr. Pinky mocks John. "But for real, didn't he learn the first time?" He growls, "I'm not in this exorcist. I'm not in the dog, not even in the damn walls. You know exactly where I am now, don't you?" He might be referring to the mark he left on John's daughter. Basically, Mr. Pinky was going on a spiel about how essentially this was all meaningless. Despite all their efforts, he will be back. There'll be more sacrifices, there'll be more deaths, so buckle up. He then goes on and says something a little bit funky. "One day, when that girl is old enough, then I'll be reborn. When I'm mortal again, flesh and blood, then you won't be able to deny me anymore. Your wife sure didn't deny me." John said, "Hold my beer." The cops are on the way, and with Mr. Pinky gone, people are breaking away from his hypnosis. The neighbors who were once under his spell came angrily banging on their door, asking about their son. With no time left, he had to act fast. He had to put an end to this. He'll never stop coming back, not as long as he's attached to her. He picks up a knife and runs to his daughter. "I'm sorry. Please forgive me. This is the only way I can protect you." Then, gunshots. What a cliffhanger! Lucky for you guys, we don't have to wait for the next part. So without further ado, the season finale. Yeah, the creator totally psychs us out. He tried to carve the mark into himself, thinking that it would make him the new host. To the cops, though, he was just another lunatic with a knife. And honestly, who could blame them? John had several gun wounds. Each breath was shallower than the last. He looked at his daughter one last time as blood is pouring out of his body. All he can think about is how he won't be able to watch his little girl grow up. There are several things that became abundantly clear to him. 1, she did not hurt the family pet. And 2, Mr. Pinky needs a sacrifice to embody a host. The previous sacrifices were the dog and Billy. The light fades from John's eyes. As the cops take John's daughter out the front door, a dog bearing a pink bow pink peers in, and that's the end of season 1, guys. What do you think? To add on to what Jung was stating towards the end, I definitely feel like a dog must be part of the ritual. Each instance, a dog was involved, and I'm guessing the one we saw towards the end is going to play a big role in the next season. So, if I had to encompass my thoughts in a couple of words, doomed Yowie. I'm not even playing with you guys. After the season finale, he posted a picture of Mr. Pinky in his new form, aka the small dog with a pink bow, looking longingly out into the distance while smoking a cigarette, with the caption saying, "When I'm still upset about the messy breakup, but I can't crash out because it was high-key my fault and I'm the problem." Do you want to know what the kicker is? Frickin' Chapel Roan is playing in the background. On a more serious note, I think this could be read as an allegory for someone who's coming to terms with their sexuality later in life after already being married and the complications that follow. When Mr. Pinky took over his wife's body, it felt like the breaking point, the moment he can no longer keep pretending. It was then where he had to finally confront his sexuality face to face. Or maybe the curtains are just blue. Who knows? But this really reminded me of the anime The Summer That Hikaru Died. That series could be interpreted as an allegory for growing up queer in rural Japan, a conservative environment, and internalized homophobia. Both media uses horror as a vehicle to explore these themes, with a supernatural entity pretending to be someone familiar, so definitely worth checking out if you have not already, guys. After the season finale, Alec Parody did want to clear up some things. John is dead, John was not crazy, and he was stalked and tormented by a demon that had attached itself to his daughter. Maybe Mr. Pinky and John were lovers in his past life. Also, Alec Parody hinted that there might be plushies soon of Mr. Pinky in dog form. That is so exciting. I want to get one and put it on my horror shelf. Also, fun little tidbit, at the end of each episode, there's a cute little hamster, and for a while, I was wondering who that could be. But it is actually a character from one of his other projects, a webcomic called Stripper Hamsters. I really appreciate you guys for sticking around with me this far. If you like this video and wish to see more, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe and comment something silly. I have some really cool plans for October. See you in the next one. Bye!